But for other nurses who are, inactive because you had a license in Jamaica, there is nothing called a temporary license. You have to go ahead and just get your license renewed, pay up all of that money, and then they will renew it. My only concern right now is that you have some persons who have been out of the system for years. They have been out of Jamaica for years, and they're wanting to go back to Jamaica and volunteer some time. Hi everyone, welcome. So, I got an update today from one of the volunteer group that I signed up with a few weeks ago. And they're saying that Sablamar is in dire need of nurses because the staff that they have is currently burnout. So I went ahead and I was trying to finalize certain things, especially as it relates to the nursing council, portion of it, getting your nursing license renewed, especially for your Jamaican nurses that are overseas or the nurses whose license is actually inactive. Those are the persons I'm going to be addressing because I got the update today from someone at the nursing council who told me that in order for me to get a license, reactivated, I have to go ahead and pay for all of the years that my license has been inactive. Yes. So if you've been out of the country for the last 10 years or your license has been inactive for the last 10 years, you're going to have to pay $2,000 for every 2 years, 2,000 Jamaican dollars, which is equivalent to about $13 to $15 US for every 2 years of your license being inactive, because it's every 2 years you would normally renew. So for example, you're out for 10 years, you're going to multiply 5, because it's every 2 years, 5 times the $15, and that is how you're going to come about with the amount of money that you need to pay to have your license reactivated. Not only that, you have to go onto the website, the Nursing Council of Jamaica website, and fill out the form to have your license renew and send that in. Then you have to pay the money to the Bank of Nova Scotia, or Scotia Bank we call it. You have to go ahead and pay that money, and then they will process the whole application for you. If you are an international nurse and you've never had a license in Jamaica, you want to go ahead and volunteer your time, they can provide you with a temporary license. But for other nurses who are, inactive because you had a license in Jamaica, there is nothing called a temporary license. You have to go ahead and just get your license renewed, pay up all of that money, and then they will renew it. My only concern right now is that you have some persons who have been out of the system for years. They have been out of Jamaica for years, and they're wanting to go back to Jamaica and volunteer some time. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for those individuals, and I was hoping that at least the government would have waived the fees for persons who are wanting to go back and volunteer time. Because no, I just feel as though this is going to put a stop. This is going to put a pause on all the individuals who were thinking about going back to Jamaica and volunteer, because we know a lot of us don't want to pay no money to do any renewal to get their license reactivated, especially with the fact that they're planning on volunteering their time. It's not something that they're getting paid for. The process would have been a little bit easier or smoother for individuals if those fees were waived in order to accommodate persons to the country. And I feel as though more persons would have been on the field, so the nurses down that side wouldn't be feeling that much of a burnout under this time, because you'd have so many healthcare professionals that will be coming in to assist during this time. Go ahead and let me know what you think about this. Is that something that you will be paying for if you're thinking about volunteering and your license is inactive for the last 10, 15, 20 years? Or you'll not be volunteering anytime because the government should have taken that into consideration and waived the fee? Or just go ahead and tag Dr. Andrew Olness to this as well, because I was hoping that at least the fees would have been waived for international nurses, or for the nurses who have been inactive, so they can have more, persons volunteering their time to help out the communities that are significantly affected by Hurricane Melissa. Just like how them do it for the barrels, then we are coming to the country. Yes, they can waive the little fee for the nursing license. Yeah, they can do it. So that's the only thing I'm asking. I'm asking for persons to, post this, repost this, share it, so Dr. Andrew Olness can think about it, because there are so many persons in the, in the US here or thinking about coming back to help with volunteering. But if the process is a little bit smoother, the waive the fee, then that is something that a lot of persons will be thinking about with going back to Jamaica and assisting. Because some persons on my YouTube page, yeah, they say they want to go down there, but no, they change their mind. You understand? They change their mind about it because they're not going to be paying all of those money that it is going to cost them to renew their license because it has been inactive for over 20 years. So I would love for Dr. Andrew Olness to think about it, or the Minister of Health to think about it, so it can be a smoother process for everyone who is thinking about it. And not only that, the help that you need, especially from your Jamaican folks that have left the country, is readily available, because everybody can come down now and just, get their license sorted out and just say, okay, then I'm going to show up at Black River Hospital, talk to the head, or, whoever they need to talk to, and arrange for them to come in for a few days while they're in the country, especially during Christmas time. You understand? So go ahead and circulate the message here so we can hear some info. Until then, I see you in the next video. Bye. Hey Casey, thanks for asking this question. So how many CE hours do you need to renew? You need a total of 30 hours to do your renewal for your nursing license in Jamaica. 25 hours is for nursing. So if you're a registered nurse and you're a midwife, you need 25 hours of nursing hours and 5 hours of non-nursing. You can go onto websites such as www.netce.com or www.nursingce.com to get your continuing education hours. And then once you've completed them, you can always send them the proof along with your application to the nursing council for them to go ahead and approve. I do hope that this helps with your question, but thank you so much for asking it, because it totally slipped me at the time when I was doing the video. All right, thank you so much. Bye. So Warrior P, I was asking the same thing. I was wondering the same thing. I have a Scotiabank account, so it's okay for me. And plus, we have a little link up by Nursing Council, so it's a little bit better for me. But for persons who definitely live overseas and don't have a Scotiabank access, how are they going to be paying? The only three options I see online is Scotiabank online, as well as by the Nursing Council of Jamaica, which all of those are a little bit out of reach for some persons, because for online you have to create something and then from there. So there is a number on their website for WhatsApp. It's 1-876-321-4523. You can go ahead and text them to find out what other methods do they have in place for persons overseas to go ahead and pay for their nursing license to get it renewed. You can also reach out to me and I will try to give you an update based on the information that I get from the young lady that I've been in contact with since I've been here in the States since 2016. So I will try to give you an update as best as I possibly can once she gets back to me regarding that. But for now, those are the only three options I see. It's either you're gonna have to probably do like a bill payment, I don't know, but we'll figure it out, and then once I get it, I'll let you know. All right. So I know a lot of persons are thinking about volunteering, depending on the kind of volunteer group. If it is for profit or not for profit, then that is going to determine whether or not they do offer a pay package. Some not-for-profit or non-profit organizations aren't going to be providing you with any pay packages because it's a volunteer service. It's things that you do, freely. So they will arrange for transportation, housing, probably food, and make sure that they have a schedule, a plan for you when you get to the location that is in need of your assistance. If it is for profit, then, definitely those institutions will go ahead with making sure that you have a stipend during the time. But even if it is not for profit, make sure that you plan around your work time, so that way at least you can still give a helping hand to countries that is definitely in need, and probably the volunteer groups that are available are non-profit and they definitely need your assistance. So just think of it that you're just giving back 5 days out of the year for assisting someone or a country. Just think of it that you're just giving back your time to help someone in need during a difficult situation. I do hope that this answers the question for some persons that are a little bit concerned, because as I said in my first video regarding volunteering, a lot of persons at the time when they heard that they weren't getting any pay, they had so much excuse about not wanting to go again because they have Thanksgiving, they have Christmas coming up, all of those things. So because they never hear about any money being offered, they withdrew their, their service or their time to volunteer to the country. Go ahead and sign up because it is well needed. The people living in Jamaica, the nurses, the healthcare workers are burnt out and they need a little bit of a support down there. So whatever you can do, try to see how best you can help, whether or not you're getting paid. Just try to see if you can give a helping hand, and that's the most important thing. All right, until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye.